Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Tonight, we are going to talk about what happens after you add an ambassador. So this is going to be a fairly step-by-step process of what you do after you've added an ambassador. I'm going to show you a file that we have on our team page that I think is going to be super helpful, and then just kind of talk about why this is so important and how important this is in duplicating this to your teams. That's the key. Whatever you learn tonight, you have to pass that on. You have to make sure the ambassadors below you are following these same steps. You know, some of us have teams of hundreds, some of us have 2 people, and it is equally important for both types of ambassadors on this call tonight. I know a lot of you that are on this call were at the training on Saturday, but I want to hit that home. So one of our presenters talked about the analogy of having a campfire. Your ambassadors are like that wood on the campfire. Once you light that fire under them, it is so much easier to just keep them on that fire than it is if they fall off the fire. Once they fall off the fire, it might, roll away, and then that log will stay warm for a little bit, but eventually that fire is going to completely go out. And then you're going to have to literally pick that log up and put it back on the fire and get it to catch fire again. Whereas if you keep everybody on your team just on that fire, if you keep them plugged in, it's going to be so much easier to keep that fire burning. So my encouragement to you is to stay plugged into your team. It's so important to stay plugged into them, and that's going to look a little different for everybody, but at the minimum, you should be checking in with your active ambassadors weekly. I look at some of these faces on this call. I talk to you all more than I talk to my husband. He's in the other room, and he's nodding. Yes, I'm sure Jeremy's nodding too, Lorelai. But it's so important to stay plugged into these people, to pour into them, and to keep them engaged. So that is your responsibility. You chose to be an ambassador, and you're choosing to grow a team. So now you have to put into your team what they need. So you're checking in with them weekly. Some of them it's going to be daily. It kind of depends on the level of the ambassador. Your runners, you're probably talking to them every day, every other day, and it may just be a text. Hey, Michelle, how's it going today? She's going to text back. I'm going to know off her text whether we need to chat or whether I'm just going to check back with her in a day or 2. But it's key. Communication, communication, communication. You cannot have too much of that as you're getting going. So now what I'm going to show you, I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So you guys should be able to see my desktop. I am already onto our Team Hope page. So if you're not looking at your computer, I would recommend looking at your computer or your phone real quick. Over here on our Team Hope page, we have all these tabs at the top. Over here in the Files tab, we have some amazing files. If you haven't checked these out yet, go check them out after the call. But if I click on the Files tab, there is a new ambassador sponsored checklist. Some of you may have seen this on the team page because I just edited it 42 minutes ago, and so it popped up, I'm sure, on the team page. You are going to open this up. You're going to print out thousands because that's how many you're eventually going to have on your team. I am just going to download it real quick. Hold on. And we're going to take a look at this. Okay. So this document, you're going to have one for each and every ambassador on your team. You throw their name up there. You can throw the date that they purchased, and you can throw their welcome pack up here, which one they purchased, so that you have those notes. And then you can sort it however you want. If you want to sort it by the month that they joined or alphabetically, whatever makes sense to you. And then what we've done here is we've divided it into a 4-week segment. That being said, every ambassador is going to grow at their own speed. You may have somebody that is a red and they are a runner and they are motivated, and they're going to go through all 4 of these weeks in 1 week. It just depends on the person. But let's look at what you've got on here. So week 1, first of all, at the top, it says product instructions sent, welcome to the team email sent. Just again, welcoming them, making sure that they know. Some of you may do emails, some of you may do this on Messenger, some on text, some may just pick up a phone and call, whatever works for you. But then you're going to add them to the team pages. When it comes to the team pages, it used to be that you added them to all 4 of these team pages. That is ridiculously overwhelming for somebody that's just starting. I would highly recommend you need to get them on the Hope page. After that, possibly the Paladins, if they're really interested in growing this business, that's Carissa's page. It's always good to have people on a Jewel page, and Carissa is our closest Jewel. So the Paladins page, and then Provision and Diamonds in the Making, those are our uplines. Jessica and Tamara run those 2. Those might be something that you add them to down the line. Again, if they're red and they're a runner, reds usually like to be plugged into all of these things. Some reds may get turned off. Your greens may like this because it's a lot of people or a lot of information. Again, you have to feel out your ambassadors when it comes to that, is how many team pages you're going to add them to. The nice things about some of the bigger team pages is there can be bigger contests and bigger options to win things. So that could be good for some of your people. And then you're going to have them read the welcome post that's pinned at the top of our team page. The best way to do that is to just tag them in that welcome post. I'll go to that real quick so you can see that, just in case you haven't. If you go to the discussion tab, it's right here at the top. It's pinned at the top of our page, and you can tag them in it by typing their name in the comments so that they can see that and they can read through all of the information there and all the different videos and calls that they can watch. Okay, so we're going to go back to our document, and then you want to add them to the Life-Changing Plexus testimonies. This is a great place for people to search for different testimonies and see how others have been impacted by these products. And then we've got, this is something my team has started doing, and that is a thank you / welcome card here. So what I've asked all my ambassadors to do is to message me when somebody joins their team, to send me their name, their address, and then anything you might want me to touch on when I send out this thank you card. Every upline is going to do this differently. Some may send emails, some may send messages. My team, like I said, we do a little thank you card to people when they join. And it's simply that. It's just a thank you for joining. Can't wait to get to meet you. But it's another way for them to connect with the upline. And you're going to hear that reiterated over and over again. We need to connect with our people. We have to stay plugged in. This is not just to sign them up and then go, great, I got an ambassador on my team, done. I did my job. That's not the easiest part, is probably getting them to join. Then you have to continue to follow up with them. You have to stay plugged in. You don't want those logs burning out. Okay, so you're going to message your upline and you're going to say, okay, like Susie joined my team. Here's her address. Susie is really just interested in the product. She's looking for weight loss. So then when I go to send this thank you card, I'm going to say, thank you, Susie, for joining. I hope that you have great success with these products. These products were so amazing for me with my weight loss journey. They've also been super great. And I'm probably going to plug a little bit small thing about the business and just say, I'd love to connect with you if that's something you're interested in the future. Done. Susie feels thought about, feels cared for, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that is super important in just connecting with your upline. Then you're going to schedule a welcome call, and you're going to, in this one, you could potentially join your welcome call along with your three-way call, but you need to get these, you need to communicate with them, asking them what they're looking for. Okay, I see that you joined our team. Now what? Are you looking to get your products paid for? Would you like me to help you find some customers so that you can get these products for free or partially paid for? You know, why did they choose to join as an ambassador? Is it just simply because they wanted the discount? I never, ever, ever discount, and that's a poor choice of words. I never, ever, ever prejudge somebody. Just because they joined as an ambassador and they say all they want is wholesale, what happens if you offer them to help to get their products paid for? Nobody wants to pay $100 a month for products. I guarantee you that. Nobody. Will they? Yes, because these products are amazing. But when given the choice, people would love for their products to be paid for. So just offer that to them. A lot of people think there's a catch. We post about skepticism today. A lot of people think there's a catch. What do you mean I only have to pay $34.95? When are you going to hit my card up for some internet fee? When are you going to tell me that I have to purchase $100 a month? What's the catch here? So we have to be mindful of that there really is no catch. We can help you get your products paid for, and you don't have to do anything super crazy. So you need to connect with those people to see what it is that they're looking for and go from there. Don't be alarmed if everybody on your team doesn't say they want to be Emerald, okay? People are scared about Emerald. That is a crazy amount of money. That is crazy to think that you're going to have that many people under you, that you're going to work a business that much. So simply present it as, what could you do with an extra $200 in your pocket? Would you like another $500 in your pocket? Raise your hand if you don't need $500. Okay, that's what I thought. Like, we could all use $500 a month, right? Okay, so don't go crazy with, do you want to be Emerald in a year? Okay, that will work for maybe 1% of the people that join your team. The rest of them are overwhelmed by it. So you have to ask those questions. You have to offer it. Then you're going to invite them to the Team Hope Ambassadors page. This is a page that we recently created that, guys, we have not done a great job in getting people to. We need to start using that. If there's something that you don't like about it or something that we need to change, let us know. We are open to any ideas here, but we need to get people to this page. If you haven't seen it, let's go up here. Welcome, Team Plexus Hope Ambassadors. This is a place where your ambassadors literally have all of the basics at their fingertips. There's a message from Lorelei. There's a message from myself talking about why they're here, and that's a lot of hair. And then there are just some great things. We talk about going through the success kits that they got. There's videos with that. We talk about the compensation plan, the back office, how to post on Facebook smart, how to search on Facebook. These are the basic things that people need in order to be successful with their business. So you have to get your people there, or you have to sit down with them and go through all of this with them. So those are your choices. I know some people would just rather get face-to-face with their people. If you have the time and the means to do that, that's awesome. But if you don't, get them on this page so that they can see all of these things, okay? Okay, so now they're on the Team Hope Ambassadors page. Now we got to encourage that first Facebook post. This is huge. They're on fire, guys. Remember, they signed up for this ambassador. They have signed up for this ambassador fee. They're ready to do this. Now we got to get them to do their first post. Okay, raise your hand if you were excited about your first post. I was scared to death. What are my friends gonna think? Like, oh, she's doing one of those network marketing companies. Insert eye roll. People are scared. You have to get them while they're still on fire for this, and you have to encourage this. And it just has to happen. So if that means that you write their first post for them, you write their first post for them. You give them the tips, like take a picture with your pink drink. Pam Kleinwachter, I love it. She talks about it being snake oil. Like, go for it. Like, that's what people think of this stuff. So just go ahead and call it like it is. But get that first post. Get them to post. It's going to be scary. People may not comment. It's okay. They have to start putting it out there. And then we're going to invite them to the weekly call. We do this team call every Monday night at 8:30. Get them here. It's a great time. There's great things to learn. But more than anything, it's a time to connect. I'm meeting people for the first time here. It was so nice when I went to the event on Saturday. I already knew these people. I'd already seen them. It was nice to actually see them face to face, but these team calls are a great time to connect with people. We can spend time chatting, any questions that you have. So get them to the team call. We understand some people's schedules don't work. Make sure they're watching the team calls then afterwards. And then the last thing that we want to do in this week 1 is to schedule a 3-way call with the upline. This is something that we have not pushed hard enough. We have not forced you guys to do this enough. We've not challenged you to get outside of your comfort zones enough here. These 3-way calls are huge. We're talking to our sidelines, and everybody's doing these, guys, and they're growing crazy because they're doing these. 3-way calls allow for third-party affirmation. Third-party affirmation means so much. These people are not only going to hear from you, their direct sponsor, but they're going to hear from somebody else that they need to connect with, somebody else that's going to have a slightly different story probably than you, and they just have to happen. 3-way calls don't have to be reserved for just business builders. They could be for people just starting the product. It doesn't have to be a scary thing. It just needs to be our culture. This is just what we do. You got a welcome pack. We sent you instructions. Now we need to get you on a 3-way call so that we can best support you in your journey. That's all you have to say. It doesn't have to be, oh, we want you to get to Emerald, get on a 3-way call with my sponsor. Nope. Just, we want to meet with you. I've done several of these with Michelle. Some of them we talk about the business. Some of them we simply talk through the product and how they can work the best and being consistent and so forth. So this is stuff that it needs to happen. Whether you have 2 people on your team or 20, maybe you signed up 6 months ago and you failed to do these, it's okay. Start now. Let's get those logs back on the fire. Go through your list. Who could benefit from a 3-way call? And let's get these scheduled. Okay, so that's week 1. From here on, a lot of this is going to be follow-up. It's keeping those logs on the fire, keeping your people engaged. So week 2, you've got the follow-up. Let's see how far did they make it through all of the Team Hope Ambassador page. Have they gone through all those 12 different posts? Where are they at in that? Do they have any questions on anything they've seen? They get the compensation plan. And I use that term loosely because I don't feel like anybody totally gets the compensation plan for a few months, but have they watched it? We're setting up coaching calls. Coaching calls are specifically about the business. It's not, hey, did you get your nails done this week? You know, how's the work going? Blah, blah, blah. They're specifically for coaching. They can be anywhere from 15 minutes. I mean, they could last an hour if you have a lot to cover, but they should be fairly concise and just, you know, who are you reaching out to this week? Who's in your pipeline? How are you doing with closing things? What kind of obstacles are you up against? Where are you growing? Where are you feeling that you need more growth? And just basic conversation back and forth. And then you want to set up action plans with your people. How are they going to reach these are kind of backwards. Let's go to goals first. So you're going to set goals with your people. What are their goals? Are their goals to get their products paid for? Is their goal to add 1 ambassador? Is their goal to go silver? Are they looking for 100 PV, 500 PV? What are their goals? And then you're going to make an action plan for those goals. You know, some big goals that we usually have is hitting silver or going silver again every month and getting to 500 PV. You know, those should just be things that we have to shoot for every month. It's going to give your people the best success. And so you got to set action plans for that. You know, how many hours are you going to work on this business? How many hours do you have to work on this business? Someone tells me they only have 15 minutes a day. That's going to be a much different plan than someone that tells me that they have an hour a day. Okay, so you have to do that based on your people, not on what you want your people to do. Make sure you're listening to them. I want all my people to be Emerald, but I'm going to have some people that it's going to take, you know, 4 years for them to get Emerald, and I have some people that are going to do it in 9 months. That's just the nature of it. It depends on your ambassador and what their goals are. So make sure you're listening to them on that. And then you're also going to be talking about how they're doing with these products. How are the products going for them? We have to make sure that they're consistent and that they're not running into any crazy die-off and that we're meeting them where their products are. And then it's always a good idea to send diamond documentaries. These are people that have already gone through this. These are super motivating stories of people that went from 26 cents in their bank account to earning, you know, 6-figure incomes. So you have to find diamond documentaries and send those to people to be encouraging to them and help them to catch your vision. Week 3, again, we're going through follow-up basically here. Now we're probably still checking on the Team Hope ambassadors page. We're still going to be following up on how their products are going and so forth. And then we're going to add a couple other things in here. We're going to encourage them to host a tasting party, a sip and see kind of where their radar is on that. Are they wanting to do one in person? Are they wanting to do one through Zoom? How are they on that? You know, we always preach that we're not a party type company, and we're not. However, doing a little launch party, telling people what you're doing and getting them to try these products, there's nothing better than just creating that buzz about it. So offering that to your people and then encouraging them to start learning about gut health. You know, that's what Plexus is. It focuses on gut health. We don't have to be scientists. We don't have to be doctors when it comes to this, but we should have some basic knowledge as far as this goes. And then there's always sending more Diamond documentaries, again, just to help them catch the vision. Week 4, this is huge. Encourage them to find a power partner to help them in growing the business. I absolutely love watching sidelines work together. You know, I've connected with some people that are on Carissa's team, like on the sideline. They're not under Lorelei. They're other people that are going through this at the same time that I am. And so that has been huge. Find somebody to connect them with. Your yellows and your blues are going to love nothing more than to be connected with somebody else. And your reds are going to be competitive with those people. So, and greens, they're probably going to fall somewhere. It depends. Most greens aren't strictly green. Usually they have a little red or yellow or blue in them. So people like to connect with people. They like to do something with somebody else. It's a lot less scary. So encourage them to find a power partner or help them find a power partner that they can kind of bounce ideas off of. And then help them to choose a personal development book to read. Guys, I fought this hard. I don't have time to read a book. I don't read books. I fall asleep when I read books. I came up with every excuse in the book. And you need to do it. You need to be growing. This is going to be a business that challenges you. Mentally, you're going to go through a lot of ups and downs in this roller coaster of Plexus, but a personal development book is only going to help you grow as a person. So if you need suggestions, there are tons that we have all read. We're going to be continuing to encourage more of this, but help your people get books that they can read. I just handed out, I think, 23 Circle Maker books. Anybody ever wants the Circle Maker? That is a book that is heavy on my heart to get into everybody's hands. If you want it, you reach out to me anytime. But we've got to get them working for personal development so that they can be as successful in this business and also just in life. Personal development books, I mean, they're not going to be Plexus specific. They're just going to help you to be better personally. And then encourage posting a why video. Again, these are so scary, but so worth it. People need to hear the story. They need to hear why your people are doing this. If you yourself hasn't posted a why, you better post a why yourself before you ask somebody else to do it. But you need to get these why videos out there. Again, so people can just connect with you. They can see why you're doing it. When you post that why video, I guarantee your business will change. It will. People will know that you're invested. If you took the time to make a video about it, you must be pretty serious about it. And they're going to hear the real you coming through. Don't stress about your why. If you need help with a why, feel free to reach out to any of us. We will be more than happy to talk you through them, but they need to be about 3 minutes long, not too much longer than that, and they just need to be from your heart. And then again, sending more Diamond documentaries. So we are right at 9 o'clock. That's about all I have. What I really want to hit home is that you have to stay connected with these people. It is huge. I am a red, and I struggle with this the most. You have to stay connected. Not everybody that comes on your team is just going to take off and run with it. People need to be coached. If they just knew how to do it, they would already be at the top. You know, people need somebody to walk through this with them. They need your help. You need to stay connected in order to be the most successful. So, Lorelei, do you have anything that you want to add to this? Here, I'll unmute you. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, we're in your screen share still, and so
Oh, I'll stop the share. It'll
where
be
are my
easier.
buttons? Yeah.
There you go. Now they're back.
Thanks. Appreciate that. No, thank you for sharing. I mean, you guys have, many of you on this call have kind of heard me talk about just follow up the list. I think sometimes, hey, can you talk to me about something really special after I'm done with my call, please?
What can I tell you it?
Go for it. I have to be told something really special. One moment, I'm going to finish. This call's being recorded, so let me finish this call, and then you can tell me something really special. One moment. So, life, right? We all have life that happens amidst our business. But I think that actually, bringing up the sheet, reminding us that that tool is there for us, reminding us that every single ambassador, just because it's old for me, it's new for all of those new people bringing on, and it's really a tool that's super helpful for them. So thank you for that reminder, and just those three-way calls, so important, connecting people besides ourselves and just getting that third-party validation. So, okay, you're not the only crazy person on Facebook. There are other crazy Plexus people on Facebook. So I think it is so good. So thank you again for sharing. No, that was great.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions or anything that you've done that you'd like to add that's been super helpful? Elizabeth, did you have a question? I saw a hand go up.
That was John's hand.
Hi, John.
He's getting into this Cubs game. That's finally started.
Oh, yes, the Cubs are playing finally after that rain delay. Anybody have any questions? Anything to add? Good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, which just means you can ask your real questions in about 10 seconds.